Alright, we're on the way to the stand. Today is November the 4th, and we got the big bucks on camera. We bumped one big buck, and not too bad. He wasn't boogered. He just kind of walked away slowly. So we still think he's in the area. 3 total shooter bucks in the area, but if it's brown, it's down. That's going to be the motto of the channel. We're not picky here. You know, we're hunting public land in the state of Georgia. You can't be too picky. So if we have a doe walk in, we'll poke a hole in her, you know? I'm not a judgmental person. If it's a doe, and I'm going to poke a hole in it. My freezer's empty, and I'd like to fill it with some back straps. So it's colder than an Eskimo's butt crack right now. It's about 48 degrees and a little rainy. 48 degrees might not sound that cold to most of you guys, but from a dude who's lived in Georgia his whole life, 48 degrees, that's cold as shit. So we're gonna be bundled up in the stand, and we're poking a hole in something. Hopefully, stay tuned. Alright, we're on the way home. What an amazing sit that ended up being. Right as I said that the tractor was maybe going to end the sit early, that initial buck came out, which was, I think he maybe got hit by a car or coyotes got his leg or something. Right, you would think a buck that age, probably a 2.5-year-old buck, would be able to fend off a coyote. So I'm thinking maybe he got clipped by a car. maybe even was sick because he had lost that one side of his rack. But he had came out, walked right under the stand, and then maybe 3, 4, 5 minutes later, Big Papa comes running down that hill. And if I had my bow in my hand, I can maybe have gotten a shot off at him. But he ran right past the stand and just kind of browsed around looking for acorns on the ground. And I was trying to get him to come in. I snort wheezed at him and he heard me, looked up, and then he circled back around and came. He was probably only 15 yards away, 20 yards away the whole time, but that thick stem count brush was preventing us to get a shot off. After the 2 bucks ran off, the doe walked by, and I drew on her, and as soon as I drew, the big buck walked back out. So I didn't want to spook the big buck and blow that spot up, so I didn't shoot at the doe. I let off and was hoping the buck would walk by. He ended up never did. He stood up on that hill probably 15 yards away for about an hour, browsing. He was making a scrape up there and eating acorns. It was awesome, a fun sit. We got out of there clean, didn't booger anything. So hopefully we get another crack at that guy. Nice, probably, I think it was a 10 point. It's probably a 3.5-year-old deer. It was one of the best sits I've had this year. So we'll be back in the morning looking to put it into that big fella. Alright, we just got in the stand. We've been set up for about 10 minutes. We have this bedding area right in front of us, where the other day we had that nice buck run down and come within like 15 yards. It's about 45 degrees, a little bit rainy. So it's setting up. Hopefully they get on their feet. We get an opportunity. A doe is going down. Big buck going down. The only thing we can't shoot is a small buck. So if it's brown, it's going down. I just dropped my glove. Typical of about 45 degrees, raining. Not gonna go down and get it, but that sucks.
So we got him, I think. I didn't get the best shot. The shot wasn't optimal. He made me. He smelled me. I mean, he was probably 10 yards away. Smelled me, looked up. Looked like he was about to blow and run. And he was square to me. So I had to shoot him in the chest. I'm pretty sure I got at least one lung. You know, I'm almost positive. I got at least one lung. And I'm sorry I didn't get the kill shot on camera. He was in a blind spot right behind the tree. So there's really nothing I could do. You know, it was already drawn. I was having trouble with the bow, getting the bow drawn, because it's a brand new bow. I was having no issues on the range, but this harness, the way I was sitting, the saddle was getting in my way, so I had to draw over here, come back over the tree, and I held it. I held it for about 5 minutes, started shaking, and it just wasn't cool. So I couldn't get it on camera. It sucks ass. That sucks ass that I didn't get the kill shot on camera. But we'll get the track on camera. Hopefully we can find them. If not, I mean, I hope. I'm pretty sure it was a fatal shot. I'm almost positive that it was a fatal shot. So let's see if we can find them. Yeah, let's go fucking go. Alright, so we're out of the tree. And I'm starting to not feel good about this hit. I don't think it passed through. It's supposed to rain tonight. I'm feeling kind of shitty right now. Looking for the arrow, and I don't think it passed through. He was standing square to me, made eye contact, and I had to fire. You know, maybe I shouldn't have shot. I thought I could make a nice placement. So I really don't want to bump this deer, but also it's supposed to rain tonight. So if I don't find any blood before it gets dark, before it starts to rain, I think we're in trouble. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to find first blood. Walk out, go back to the car, try to review any footage that we may have, even though I know the footage is trash. I'm sorry about that, folks. So I am a full-time YouTuber, believe it or not. I have a finance YouTube channel. So even though I'm a redneck, I'm an educated redneck, and my full-time job is to film YouTube videos for my finance stock market channel. That said, it's a whole new ball game when you're talking about filming hunts and filming outdoor videos. So even though I've been, you know, hunting, fishing, involved in outdoors my whole life, 30 years plus, it's a whole new ball game when you try to film it. And I'm finding that out very quickly. I love it, and I'm gonna get better at it. But this is just a prime example. You know, you already get buck fever. That was a nice mature buck, not the giant we were after, but it's definitely a wall hanger for me. Back at the truck, and you know, this is what makes hunting so much fun, in the outdoors so much fun. You put in so much work, you put in so much effort for one opportunity. And when that one opportunity comes, you can capitalize on it and do your best, and you still don't know what the outcome is gonna be. So it's just such a range of emotions from, you know, putting in all this effort to success. The deer comes out, you pick the right spot, you get the opportunity. And then even though you got that opportunity, you picked the right spot, you set up right, the wind was right, the time was right. You capitalize, you think you place a nice shot, and it may not be so. So I'm waiting on reinforcements, aka my girlfriend. So we're gonna strap a headlamp on her, and we're gonna go back there and see if we can find them. If we can't find them tonight, we'll be back in the morning, and I'll try to find them in the morning. We're gonna do everything we can to find this deer, and I hope I know I hit him. I smacked him. But I hope if I can't find him, he survives. And if he does survive, maybe I'll get another crack at him. But it was a good deer. Gonna review the footage and go from there. I'll take you guys with me on the track. All right, we're back here. We've given him a couple hours. Turn this off. We've given him a couple hours to see if he would bed down and just lay down and die. So hopefully that's what's happened. Haven't been able to find a drop of blood. Not feeling too optimistic about that. Haven't been able to find the arrow. We shot him face on, so I'm hoping it went through and stuck in his shoulder or something like that. We got our coon dog has came in.
Stop, Kevin. I don't...
Yeah, that's the coon dog. She don't want to be on camera, but she's got a nose like no other. I come in and she sniffs me, and she can smell whether I need a shower or not. So we're bringing her out. Hopefully she can point us in the right direction, and let's get to work. Not even, it's probably 60, 70 yards. He's down. He is down. He is down. I cannot believe it. No blood, not a drop of blood. What an animal, folks. He is down. Public land, 8-point. He's not the massive giant Hawkeye that we were after, but we put in so much time, effort, and hunting public land is completely different. He's not an urban metro buck that has no pressure. He's not an Iowa buck that's gonna score 200 inches, but he's a Georgia public land buck, and that adds about 30 inches to his score. So I freaking, you know, I'm gonna get this buck mounted even though he's not a giant. It's a giant to me because he was killed on public land. Tons of effort and work went in to get this buck. You know, when he came out, I had to make the decision, do I kill him or do I sit the rest of the year and maybe not get a chance at that giant that we got on camera? Made the decision to take him. He came in hot, head down, fur up on his back, and he was hot. So I think the rut's starting to pick up. That is my last tag in Georgia. So I'd have 10 doe tags left, so we'll be doing some doe hunts. We're gonna be doing the Walmart bow doe challenge here. Trying to take a bow with that to prove you don't need a $1,000 bow to harvest a deer. And we'll be chasing a monster buck I call Moose that is on my family's little 40-acre farm in North Carolina. So we'll have some more big buck hunts coming up soon. We'll have some doe harvest hunts coming up here shortly as well. We're going to be doing some hog hunting and some North Georgia black bear hunting, so subscribe. And then the weather warms up, we're going to be doing a ton of fishing as well. Real hunting, no $1 million Iowa farms, no backyard metro hunts, real public land hunting. Hit that subscribe button. Let's get this deer to the processor. We're going to get him mounted and put on the wall. Can't breathe. We dragged him probably 200-300 yards out of the woods. Can't believe that deer only went 60-70 yards. We got him loaded up. Not a giant. He's not Hawkeye. He's not the one we were after. But he is all that I wanted. Awesome public land deer. Say it again, say it 100 more times. Can't beat the satisfaction of beating a public land buck. Gonna take him to the taxidermist, the processor, get him cleaned up, get some ground beef, get some snack sticks, get some backstrap, and get his head mounted. Catch you guys back at the Casa Mañana. Adios, amigos. All right, my fellow hunting and fishing weirdos. It's been a couple days since we took that deer on public land here in Georgia. And I just wanted to, number one, apologize for the video quality. It was straight up trash. I didn't get the kill shot. The camera wasn't functioning right. I had it on auto and it just didn't work out good. That is going to improve as the channel grows. I already ordered a new lens. This thing is going to help us get those better, longer distance shots. This thing could be able to pick off a pimple on a deer's ass from about 100 yards away. So the production quality is going to be increasing. I just bought a new camcorder, pro level production quality camcorder that's coming in the next couple of weeks. So I'm going to try to get this channel up and running. You know, this is my passion. Outdoors is my passion. I am a full-time YouTuber, believe it or not. You probably wouldn't believe it based on the production quality of the first couple of videos, but it's a whole new ball game, filming in a contained setting versus filming the outdoors. So I am going to get better filming as time goes on and the channel grows. Number two, I just wanted to walk through what happened with the shot as I'm editing the video. You can't see the shot because I suck at filming again, but all right, so the deer walks out and he comes down the hill charging. His fur on his back is standing up. He's hot and bothered. He's obviously smells a doe or something because he's coming down there hot. So he comes down. At this point, he's right here. He's right here. And I'm probably 15 yards away. But you got this thick stem count cover blocking me from getting a shot at this point. And as we progress, he moves away and goes behind the tree that I'm actually in. And it was my bad. I could have probably reached the camera arm around the tree and got the shot, but he was facing me. We locked eyes. He picked me out. So I really had the option of trying to move the camera and he's gonna booger off and I'm gonna blow the spot, or I take the shot, and I elected to take the shot, obviously. So he's facing me, and this is why using the right equipment is so important. If I wasn't using the broadhead that I was, this was not a dead deer. But because I was using a specific type of broadhead, it ended up being a dead deer. So I want to talk about broadheads for just a second. So he's facing me, quartering to a little bit. So I got a little bit of his shoulder, and that's what I targeted. And I straight up drilled him right in the shoulder. If you were using an expandable broadhead, it wouldn't have been a dead deer. That deer would still be alive because it would have hit his shoulder and probably not given you enough penetration to get even one lung. Think about it. The shoulder is such a strong bone that expandable broadhead is going to hit it. You're probably going to get a little bit of penetration, but then as it opens up, there's no way it's getting through that shoulder bone. In this situation, I was using a single bevel fixed blade broadhead, this exact broadhead, not expensive. I got 10 of these off of Amazon for like 25 bucks. You can't beat it. Razor sharp out of the box. I tuned them up a little bit on just a regular sharpening stone. Super sharp. Went through his front shoulder, went through his front shoulder, through both lungs, hit his opposite side, either shoulder or rib cage. The arrow broke and the broadhead ripped open his stomach, and basically opened him up all the way back to his back hip. So it was definitely a deadly shot. I believe I got both lungs, and it just opened him up all the way down. It was pretty gruesome, but it just shows you expandable broadheads. I mean, they shoot well, but you're just going to have so many issues with them not opening up correctly or hitting the scapula or rib cage or shoulder and it not working correctly. Even a fixed blade like this is only 100 grain. The single bevel that I'm using is 125 grain. Even a fixed blade, 3-blade like this, 100 grain, in my opinion, is a much better option than the expandables. If I was not shooting this single bevel, cheap broadhead from Amazon, deer would not be hanging on my wall a couple weeks from now. So that's going to wrap up the video. Just wanted to kind of conclude it and bring it all together. If you're new around here, I think we have 0 subscribers right now, which is kind of awesome. Starting this channel from nothing and trying to grow it into something special. Real hunting, no $1 million farms in Iowa, public land mostly, and real fishing, no $100,000 bass boats. Looking at purchasing a John boat here and getting started doing some fishing videos as well. If you're new, subscribe, hit that like button, and tell YouTube that this video and this channel is something that you like and other like-minded hunters and fishermen might like as well. Catch you guys in the next video. Until next time, peace.